Psalm 19, a Psalm of David. 1. The heavens declare the glory of God, the skies proclaim the work of his hands. Day after day they pour forth speech, night after night they reveal knowledge. They have no speech, they use no words, no sound is heard from them. They have no speech, they use no words, no sound is heard from them. Obviously, these guys are gay, they're using their speech, they try to superimpose it on mine. They're weirdos, okay? These guys are far sicker than you think they are. However sick you think the New World Order is, it's much worse than that. However sick you think everyone rolling with it is, everyone else basically, they're much more sick than that, okay? It's a long story why that is. 4. Yet their voice goes out into all the earth, their words to the ends of the world. In the heavens God has pitched a tent for the sun. It is like a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, like a champion rejoicing to run his course. So let's understand this verse, shall we? Okay, and then we'll connect it to Psalm 50 definitively. So the heavens declare the glory of God, the skies proclaim the work of his hands. God is being, the fact that there's a God is testified by the heavens. Okay? Day after day they pour forth speech, night after night they reveal knowledge. Every day and every night they're saying, there's a God, he's what he's trying to tell you. From somewhere else, not the earth, he's trying to tell you something. 3. They have no speech and they use no words, no sound is heard from them. So where the bridegroom is testifying is in martial arts, is his greatness, his spirit, who he is. That's why it's such a profound evil that women do not see who I am and obey immediately, because they're snakes. We'll get into that. Yet their voice goes out into all the earth, their words to the ends of the world. In the heavens God has pitched a tent for the sun. So God deliberately put the sun there. Okay, and it is like a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, like a champion rejoicing to run his course. So God is communicating through the champion what he wants you to do, okay, and that he exists. Okay, so it is like a bridegroom and a champion. Remember, Jesus is referred to as the bridegroom, and he's the King of Kings. So this person is supposed to rule the earth. Okay, let's look at Psalm 50. The mighty one, God, the Lord, speaks and summons the earth from the rising of the sun to where it's set. So the bridegroom, who's the King of Kings, who's the champion, speaks and summons the earth from the rising of the sun to where it sets. From Zion, perfect in beauty, God shines forth. Okay, from Zion, which is on eyes scrambled, right? We'll get to that. Perfect in beauty. So the inner beauty of the champion is perfect. That's why you see all these crazy guys in the West especially having beauty contests and so on and so forth. They're trying to confuse you about what beauty really is to elevate their fraternity-like bitch. Okay. Our God comes and will not be silent. A fire devours before him, and around him a tempest rages. Okay. Tempest scrambled, rages. Okay. We'll get to that. He summons the heavens above and the earth that he may judge his people. Gather to me this consecrated people who made a covenant to me by sacrifice. Those things that they're sacrificing, the bull, the ram, okay, the goat, the sheep, these are the things that God does not want. Okay, these are the people who don't have a lion heart. These are the people who don't obey God. Over time, when you do it God's way, these people naturally die off, or they do something that is against the laws of God, and they get stoned to death, they get killed. So they're sacrificing these Baphomet cowards, these sheeple weaklings, these bulls who are too focused on the earth, right, and not focused on doing God's work. Okay. And the heavens proclaim his righteousness, for he is a God of justice. Okay, so the heavens proclaim his righteousness. Why is he righteous? Because of justice. The argument isn't that people are saved by grace. Okay, the argument is they're saved when they're in the divine order and obeying the King of justice and being just. All right, so again, they have the background noise bitch. You can imagine why they don't want people to hear this, because when you hear it this way, there's no other way to interpret it. You know that it's true. All right. Remember, it says that the New Jerusalem is going to come down from the sky. Okay, and it talks about Zion and connecting it to the sun. The mighty one, God, the Lord, speaks and summons the earth from the rising of the sun to where it sets. From Zion, perfect in beauty, God shines forth. So Zion is in the sky, is in the heavens, right? And when David conquered the Jebusites in the story, okay, he spiritually conquered them. The flesh doesn't mean anything. You can kill Jesus and John the Baptist and not conquer Zion, right? It has to be done the right way through justice. Okay, if you cheat, cheaters never prosper, cheaters never conquer Zion, snakes never replace the divine order. They just go out like complete bitches and cowards and doom their offspring to do the same. So also Israel, right? Israel. Israel is the source of the sun, the spiritual source of the sun. It's the heavens, it's God, right? Is what they're referring to. Israel, okay? And Zion, on eyes, is on, okay? So what they're referring to is Genesis 41:45. I believe it is. It's the priestess of On. They're saying you have to win these women the right way, okay? In a way that has to do with justice, in a way that's derived from justice on the path of justice. Or you just get a slut, a whore that rides the beast, a whore that rides the flesh. The body ruled by the flesh is hostile to God. Okay, so we look at the word chamber, right? Ham be kor. Ham be rasi, right? See, ham be ear, chamber. Okay. So also we get be raised from that. Let's just keep going. All right. So the mighty can be time scrambled. M-I-T-E, mighty, right? It's also a might when interchangeable vowel to L. Alpha might, right? So when the timing has to do with the alpha, and he might make the journey. It goes back to striking. Striking is a play on words for many things. One of them is the trek, okay? The trek gains, right? So gains the trek. It is the journey. As one striking with focus, moral intensity, okay, in the divine order, with the proper goal, the proper aim, I am scrambled, they're traveling to the source of righteousness. It's like row and blow are connected. Row your boat, the solar boat, okay? The solar boat, going to the sun, from the sun, and so on and so forth. Okay, so in Acts it says the earth is a footstool, it's a snake pit. When we look at the Egyptian depictions, they're smiting the snake, they're smiting Apep, okay? Apep is the world serpent, the people who are attempting to cheat the champion, the bridegroom, okay? When lightning strikes the ground, it's symbolic of somebody striking a snake with a stick, okay? It's connected. It's God saying, I'm going to strike the snake pit for what they're doing. And they're not dealing in justice, they're not obeying. The rebels are coming together, they're rallying to their what they consider their real point, rally, real E or real A, and they're being prepared for war against God, and they're going to get struck like lightning. Okay. Abraham believed God, and it was credited to him as righteousness. So he was willing to sacrifice his children, his family. He was willing to do what it takes to join God and to accept the boundaries of God and not the boundaries of the flesh, the betas, the beast. The betas are also mockers, beast, be-east, betas, right? It is like the Asian guys pretending to be the martial art order, okay? But compared to the Royal African Martial Art Order, they're just betas. Look at them carefully, okay? They're a bunch of sages. They're a bunch of geeks trying to pretend that they should be teaching me when God Almighty is my only teacher. Okay, Almighty, not some betas trying to cheat me. And the Eurasian, the white man joined them with their American martial arts, the UFC, their American churches, right? They're betas, they're beasts, they're liars, right? And also the beast is referred to as a brute beast as well.